Hi all. In this video I'm going to show you how to factorise non-monic trinomials. First thing you need to remember is when factorising monic trinomials, and it's going to be the same in terms of the signs. So if the second sign is a positive, then both your signs will be the same. If the first sign is positive, both signs are positive. If the first sign is negative, both signs are negative. Now, if the second sign is negative, both signs will be different. The biggest number is always the number the same as the sign. So if it's positive, the biggest number is positive. If its first sign is negative, the biggest number is negative. So you just need to remember that. So here's a non-monic trinomial. The first step is a little bit different. It will work for monics as well as non-monics. Non-monics means that it has a number out the front. So the first step is we'll take that 6 and multiply it by 10. 6 times 10 is 60, and I'll find the factors of 60. 1 and 60, 1 times 60, 2 times 30, 3 times 20, 4 times 15, 5 times 12, 6 times 10. Now, of these, what I now need to do is I need to find 2 that add up to 19. Okay, 1 times 60 doesn't add up to 19, 2 times 30. So 4 times 15, if I add them up, 4 plus 15, that's going to give me 19. So this is the numbers that I need. So what I do is I replace that 19 in my equation with 19x with 4x plus 15x. So now my equation looks like this. 6x squared plus 4x plus 15x plus 10. So this might look something similar to what happens when we expand our brackets, which is exactly what it is. So the next step is I'm going to split my equation in half. It's best to do it you need to do it where you split that 19, that number that we've split, one either way. It doesn't really matter whether those two numbers are back to front, so if it's 15x and 4x, or if it's 4x and 15x. Let's just do it this way. So what I'm going to do is look in the first half of the equation and say, what is the common factors? So in this case, 6 and 4, the common between those is 2, and we've got x squared and we've got x, so we've got an x. When I divide that into both of those terms, 2x into 6x squared leaves me with a 3x, and 2x into 4x leaves me with a 2. So that's the first half of it done. Now if I look at the second half of the equation, I have 15x and 10. The common factor between both of those is 5. So what I do is I divide 5 into 15x, which leaves me with 3x, and I divide 5 into 10, which is 2, which is exactly what I want, because now I have the stuff in the brackets exactly the same. So now I have 3x plus 2 as my common factor between these two halves of the equation, and if I take that out, I'm left with 2x plus 5 to go in my other set of brackets. I'm just going to move that out of the road. Now, to prove, simple proof is to multiply this out. 3x times 2x is 6x squared. 3x times plus 5 is 15x. 2 times 2x is 4x. And 2 times 5 is 10. Collect your like terms. 6x squared plus 19x plus 10. There's that 19, and it's exactly the same. All right, I'm going to do another example. Okay, so now I've got another quadratic here, and it's when we look at it, it's non-monic because it has the 5 out the front. So the first step is to multiply that 5 by that minus 8. So 5 times minus 8 gives us minus 40. So you'll recall from when I did the video on monic trinomials that if I had a negative at the end, then I'm going to have a positive and a negative in my brackets. So we need to keep that in mind when we find the factors of minus 40. So the factors of 40 are 1 times 40, 2 times 20, 3, 4 times 10, 5 times 8. Okay, so what we now need to do is to look at this 18 here. Bearing in mind that one number is going to be positive and one number is going to be negative. So 1 and 40 aren't going to give us 18. However, 2 and 20 will. 4 and 10 won't, 5 and 8 won't. So 2 and 20 are our numbers. How can I make 2 and 20 be plus 18? Remember what I said in the monic video? The biggest number, if that's a positive, if this sign here is a positive, then the biggest number is positive. So plus 20x minus 2x. That will give us plus 18. So the same goes as we did in the previous example. Write out the question. Divide the equation in half. So looking at this first half of the equation, find the common factors. So 5 goes into 20, exactly, and we have x, so 5x. And if I take 5x out of the first term, I'm left with x. If I take 5x out of the second term, I'm left with 4. So 5x times 4 is 20x. Now looking at the second half of the equation, we can see that 2 goes into this equation. Now, 2 goes into x times, and 2 goes into minus 8 minus 4 times. Now, we just have to be a little careful here because I actually want the same as in this bracket. Now, this is minus 2x, so that should have been a minus x. But if I take minus 2 out and make that a plus 4, minus 2 times x is minus 2x, and minus 2 times plus 4 is minus 8. So that's the correct form that we wanted in. Next step, check that those things in the brackets are the same, and they are. We can write that out, x plus 4. And then once we take those out, we're left with 5x and minus 2. And that's what goes in the second set of brackets. Now, just for safety's sake, so this is the answer. Just to check, x times 5x is 5x squared, which is exactly what we had originally. X times minus 2 is minus 2x. Plus 4 times 5x is plus 20x. And plus 4 times minus 2, plus times a minus is a minus, 4 times 2 is 8. Collect our like terms, 5x squared. Collect our like terms, minus 2x plus 20, which is exactly what we had up here, gives us plus 18x minus 8. So there we go. We've checked our answer is correct. All right, I hope that helps. Good luck with your examples.